The American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, ASPCA, in 2009 made a federal rate of dogfights throughout the United States. More than 400 dogs were rescued, mostly of the American Pitbull Terrier breed. Their owners were arrested and sent to jail. As you can see, the fights are still in force. It was not only a practice of antiquity, in fact in many countries are legal, as in Japan, Albania, China. Also in most of Central Europe are still practiced despite being considered an illegal practice. But why only some types of breeds are used for such practices? The instinct of aggression is present in all animals, including dogs. This is part of survival. Man discovered how to stimulate it and make the most of it, selecting breeds of great power to which they applied different methods to raise their fury to the highest level. With the passage of time, this was printed in their genes. For this reason, there are breeds more territorial than others, dogs that cannot stand to be near others. Then we will talk about the breeds that cause terror to other dogs. The bully Akita is known as the beast of the East. It is an animal that does not know what fear is, created with a specific objective, to be the best fighting dog of the Indian subcontinent. Since this breed originated in India and Pakistan, since its appearance it has faced bears, tigers, and other dogs. They really are very difficult dogs to handle. Their owners claim that they are very aggressive with strangers and other dogs. Their size ranges between 76 and 112 centimeters, weigh up to 85 kilograms, so if they lose control, nothing can contain them. Just wait for nature to take its course. If you are walking with your dog and see a bully Akita, just run away. Those who have or have had American Akitas know how dangerous it is to allow them to approach another dog. They are too reactive. It is enough that the other dog growls or shows his teeth to start a fight. If we review the history of the Akita, it descends from the Japanese Akita, a breed that was used for fighting in its country of origin. This explains why it wants to grab with everyone. To complete its ancestor, it was crossed with the German Shepherd, which, although it is not aggressive, it is somewhat territorial. Although this is not bad at all, since his fury can be directed towards other activities such as hunting or sports related to attack and defense. If you have an American Akita, you have to socialize him and avoid surprise encounters with other dogs without previous socialization. The Gull Dong is one of the most dangerous, aggressive, and territorial breeds on the planet. Also originated in the Indian subcontinent, product of a cross between Bully Akita and Pakistani Bull Terrier. It is also believed to have genes of Dogo Argentino, since the white specimens have similar appearance. Its creators had in mind 4 fundamental pillars: power, speed, aggressiveness, and agility. Its main function is dogfighting. It is a breed that requires firm leadership, otherwise the Gull Dong will end up attacking it. Its head is of great size, with very powerful jaws and hanging lips that allow it to breathe while holding the prey. They reach 80 centimeters. It is known of specimens that reached 116 centimeters. Do not even think of introducing your dog to them. The famous American Pitbull Terrier is a fighter par excellence. Combat is in his blood. Since they arrived in the United States, the Americans have used it for such work. In fact, since they are born, specimens are selected with specific characteristics. They are conditioned from an early age to develop strength, endurance, and above all, courage. Because of the above, they are dogs that do not show tiredness. They do not give up no matter the severity of their wounds, such as broken bones. The only way for their prey to be released is for it to die, since the pit bull bites and locks its jaws. If you are the owner of one of these animals, be very careful with the dogs you find in the street, because at the slightest provocation it can react violently. The American Staffordshire Terrier defeated a powerful Alabai. If he achieved such a feat, imagine what he can do with your pet. To understand the power of this breed, you have to know that it is the same Pitbull Terrier, but without the brand or fame of fighter. It is something complex to explain. The canine federations did not want to see them as sponsors of dogfights. Then the breeders had no choice but to select some specimens and start a selective breeding process. After many years, they managed to differentiate them. They also undertook not to use them for fights. Instead, they are used in different canine sports of strength, also exhibitions and company. Of course, this did not avoid that clandestinely they continue to be used for fights. If you have conflicts with other dogs, will not hesitate to react. The Gull Terrier or Pakistani Bull Terrier is a heritage of the British. As we have discussed in other videos, the English created and sponsored many blood sports. Where they colonized, they took their fighting dogs and put them to test with local dogs. In this case it was the Indian subcontinent where the English Bull Terrier was crossed with Bully Akita. The Bull Terrier is trained to fight with all kinds of beasts such as bears and wolves, also against other dogs, but unlike other Pakistani breeds they are easy to train, with a good socialization will prevent them from attacking other dogs, but that is no guarantee that they will not react if provoked. As we said at the beginning, their fighting instinct is natural. The Serbian Mastiff is one of the breeds that is currently used for fighting. Dangerous criminal gangs in the Balkans use them for such purposes. Their power is so much that no other breed can beat them. The solution they found was to confront them among themselves. For its creation they used a great amount of breeds, among them the American Pitbull Terrier and Rottweiler. From there the fighter genes. It is original from Serbia, but it is also found in Bosnia and Bulgaria. Some of these countries allow the fights. They are very big dogs, reaching 75 centimeters and weighing 70 kilograms. If a puppy gets in their way, this will be history. The Alabai or Central Asian Shepherd is a very ancient and powerful gladiator. For hundreds of years he has been on the battlefield facing big beasts such as bears, wolves, and hyenas that have tried to steal his sheep. Its capabilities led it to be used for combat with other dogs, where it is virtually unrivaled. It originated in Central Asia in countries such as Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan among others, although its standard was sponsored by the former Soviet Union. They are dogs of enormous size, easily exceeding 80 centimeters. Physically they are imposing, toned muscles and insurmountable bite force. If your puppy dares to challenge it will end in the worst way. If you own an Alabai, be cautious and avoid that this joins conflicting dogs. It is believed that the Neapolitan Mastiff is the representation or probably the same Canis pugnax, a dog that fought in the arenas of the Romans against all kinds of beasts, from gladiators to tigers, also fought shoulder to shoulder with the Roman soldiers. These dogs are really imposing. Their fighting instinct is natural, since for many generations these Neapolitans have fought without ceasing. Because of the above, they are quite territorial dogs. If an unknown dog challenges them, they will respond without hesitation. If you own one of these beasts, you will know that it is important to socialize and supervise them at all times, because at the slightest opportunity they will let out the heritage of their ancestors. The Tosa Inu could not miss in the list. If we are going to talk about dogs with fighting instinct and aggressiveness, Tosa beats them all. Since its origins until today is dedicated to fight with other dogs, the most incredible thing is that it does it legally, since in Japan, its country of origin, are allowed such practices. In fact, these dogs are revered and respected. They are even at the same level of sumo wrestlers. The Tosa has blood of breeds such as the Bulldog and English Mastiff. It is also believed that of English Bull Terrier. They are huge, reaching more than 70 centimeters. If your dog is conflictive and irritating, do not allow him to approach a Tosa, otherwise it will destroy him. The Kurdish Mastiff or Star dog has special characteristics to fight with other dogs, such as a fish-shaped body, wider at the chest and narrower at the waist. This allows it to turn at high speed and respond to any attack. It is actively used for combat in Central Asia. Physically they are intimidating, measuring 75 to 90 centimeters and weighing 90 kilograms. They are extremely territorial. Any dog is seen as an enemy. If ever you see him on the street, although the chances are almost nil, take your dog and run as fast as you can and don't look back. Your pet is just a snack for a Kurdish Mastiff. Before they leave, subscribe to the Hunter channel.